I feel like a sex playlist is nice. You know, like it's nice, especially like the first times
Yes.
when you don't really know somebody, you want to get in the mood.
But you could say to the weekend to one girl and they're like, yes, drink sex. And then you hit the wrong chick and she's like, my ex-boyfriend had that song.
Chemical X.
Welcome back to another episode of the Chemical X podcast.
What up? What up?
If you haven't already, which you better have, subscribe, like, leave us a comment down below.
Yes, if you guys are listening on Spotify or on iTunes, please be so kind to rate us 5 stars, leave a comment, tell us your favorite part, tell us why you hate us, tell us something. We'll work with anything.
Absolutely. So welcome back to another week. You know what song I have stuck in my head?
What?
Pay my bills, can't pay my automobiles, can't pay the national bills. What did I just say?
You are gonna so regret this when you watch this.
Absolutely. And it's like, it's in the amount of seconds that everybody's watching it.
Yes.
Like even somebody who doesn't even know who we are is clicking the video, they saw me do that.
Yeah, you
So
didn't even
welcome.
wait.
If you made it this far, you could go. You could just go. Subscribe, listen to that, leave.
Oh my god. So that song has also been in my head. I play it maybe 6 times a day. It's kind of like my vibe right now. Like, if you can't pay my bills.
It's manifestation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Pay my automobile, you know? pay my
life.
pay my rent. Pay my
So,
Wi-Fi.
I was speaking with your sister and she was like, I have like this new like way of life. And I'm like, tell me, what is it? And she was like, yeah, so the trick is I was listening to Gossip Girl and there's a part where Chuck Bass says,
Hold on, just to cut you off. She was listening to Gossip Girl in 2021? When there's a new Gossip Girl? Anyways, go on.
the OG Gossip Girl, the only one that matters.
Absolutely.
Because we
my
tried
Lord
to
and
watch
Savior.
the other one and
We won't talk about that.
we won't talk about that. But she was saying how Chuck Bass's superpower is that he always his thing is that he always says yes to everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like
Except
yes,
to
Chuck.
dating Blair.
Basically. And I'm brunette, so now it's like, what? Chuck Bass, date me, please. Anyways, so that's like my like way of life right now. I'm like, wow, I really am gonna start saying yes to everything, and I've been doing that, and kind of like it's fun.
I mean, I feel like you've always been a yes man, though.
Yes, but I think more now. Like things that I would now, it's like if I don't want to go clubbing with her, she's like, "What did they say? Opportunity. You have to say yes to everything." And I'm like, "Wow, I'm really not gonna get nowhere."
I mean,
like,
this is seeming like manipulation.
honestly though.
This is seeming like
Well,
she's winning.
You know what it is? I feel like a lot of times people overthink things and are like, should I do it? Should I do it? But the best experiences and the best people like you're going to meet during your whole journey of life come with like things that are unexpected, and you just have to start saying yes more. So
I totally agree. And I'm such a yes man. Like, I love saying yes to things. However,
Yes.
I feel like I'm on an opposite journey right now.
great. We're finding our, well, I mean,
Besties.
we are on an opposite journey right
We
now.
are, because I found that I was to the point where I was saying yes so much that
You lose yourself.
I was no time for anything, always tired, always
Yeah.
hating everything I was doing because I didn't really want to do it. I was just doing it because I couldn't stand to say no to something.
Yeah.
And then I realized that everything in moderation. So
Yes.
I totally agree with you
Yeah.
because there are some people who like close off everything.
Yeah.
But I also think like I'm coming to the point where I'm like, maybe I should start saying no to some things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like when
like
Alessia asked me to
places
do
where
this
they're going to
podcast.
start saying, how are you paying debit or Visa? Like, maybe you should have just stayed home. You know what I mean? Because is it going to get declined? Like, we don't know.
Well, like I was saying, pay my bills, like my all my like Wi-Fi and like Amazon Prime. Like, so I realized only when your credit card is maxed how many payments go through automatically, but only when my credit card is maxed, because then I start getting the emails of your payment wasn't approved. Your payment wasn't approved.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, I didn't know I was signed up to all these things. I'm finding
Wow.
all
Maybe
these.
it's a blessing, actually, because now you get to just like remove these subscriptions.
Absolutely. I
Anyway.
mean, there was one time, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a loser. My nose is blocked.
And a cougher.
My nose is blocked. I'm having allergies, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry
you
for
sound
burping
like
so-
Elmo. You sound like me when I lose my voice.
So the other day I had seen like a payment coming from off of my PayPal account. Okay. And I'm like, I don't pay anything with PayPal. And it was 3 reoccurring payments. And I was like, what the fuck is this company? I had no idea. It was like a weird named company. My nose.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. It was a really weird name company. And I was like, oh my God. But it wasn't much. It was like $20. So I was like, I mean, I'm
Don't
still
worry,
gonna...
those $20, they add up.
Yeah, I was like, I'm still gonna, dispute this. So I sent an email to PayPal and I'm like, sorry, but like I have no idea what these charges are. Like, how do I cancel
You
this
really
subscription?
work from home.
When you have time to write to PayPal.
I would have said just take it, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest, this happened at my old job when I really had time. Not now. So, I was at the office paying my bills. So I write to them and I'm like, look, like, I think this is like a unauthorized subscription, everything. I sent a whole email. PayPal emails me the next day and goes, actually, you authorized these payments. This is the company and you literally bought this subscription.
What did you buy?
It was a subscription that I had to put captions on our videos. I don't know if you remember before. I needed to buy this site to put captions on.
Is this your way of saying I owe you?
A little. Like I said, my transactions didn't go through, so I'll let you transfer me. Ew, did we just knee slap at the same time? Anyway, so PayPal basically said, you're trying to scam us. And I was like, no, I swear. And they said, we're not refunding you. And I said, I wouldn't either.
You're going to end up going to jail, but for reasons that, like for being an idiot, honestly. It's like,
I always say, like, if I end up in jail, it's for like, I accidentally did the stupidest fucking thing that I didn't know was illegal.
Yeah. Can we talk about Hot Girl Summer for a bit? So guys, I know everyone watched last week's episode and we spoke about my breakup that, a lot of people had comments about. But we're not going to get into that today. I just wanted to say, I guess this is like, an apology to my ex? Like,
is that
who do I address here?
You want to start singing? An apology to
no,
my
I
ex.
do think like in a lot of ways I was wrong and I should have maybe waited a little more or been more sensitive. And I think the way it came off was it wasn't a mutual thing, and it was. And sometimes my humor can get interpreted. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening, which you're probably not because you hate me,
this one's for you.
This one's for you. Can you pay my bill?
Pay my federal bills. I don't know what I keep murmuring, but it's not the right lyrics, so just don't listen.
Oh my God. Let's get into this week's episode.
This week's episode, we're getting hot, we're getting steamy. We got all, I don't know if we got all the tips, but we got to grill. We got some stuff to grill you about.
We have a lot of shit to talk about.
So
I went out last week and somebody acted like they didn't watch the podcast, and then suddenly after a couple of drinks they were like, well, don't talk about this on your podcast. I was like, what makes you think like we talk about ourselves for roasters? If you think I'm going to talk about somebody I had a shot with, like chill, like you're not that important.
And guess what? Guess where he landed? Absolutely being spoken about in a negative way.
Wow.
So you know what?
So if you don't want to be, shouted out on the podcast, don't mention the podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I just think people come and say like, well, don't say this. And I'm like,
why would we? Like, why?
Like, what am I going to say? You pass me a napkin? Like, you're doing your job? But however, when you do say to somebody like, oh my God, by the way, I was saying a story about you on the podcast. They're like, which episode? What time? It's crazy. Let me watch it right now and take notes.
Your closest friends, they don't always support and watch, but suddenly you mention their name and all of a sudden they're the biggest fans. They love the episode. Invested.
I love sliding things by people and saying like, yeah, I remember this. And they go, I don't remember that happened. I said, really? I made a whole episode about it.
I'm dead. So today I actually FaceTime Veronica because like we had like something exciting happen to us, which we can't really share right now because we're not really sure. And I FaceTime her and she literally flips the camera and she's editing a porn video. And I was just like, wow, your job versus mine. Like crazy.
So yeah, as we know, guys, I work for a porn company and I love it, but it also entitles me at 9 a.m. to open my eyeballs and see people literally fucking.
No.
But it's very like, obviously.
Thank God the construction men aren't there anymore.
Oh, and I flipped my computer to the other side.
Thank God you got curtains.
Well, I still didn't tell my dad where I work, and the day that he walks to my back door because it's glass and sees what I'm working on, he's gonna go real quick. Never mind, I'm going back.
Oh my God.
But like, it's really funny because at a certain point you get like desensitized to it, and like
Right.
I'm not there going like, ooh, sick,
Like, I'm
I'm
getting
there going,
wet.
which is the good scene.
No,
But
no.
like
But also, like, how does it work when you choose the good scene? Like, your work is like gonna check out your edits, so like whatever you think is the good scene, it's like interesting that she found that position, the way he's sucking, the way she's sucking his dick.
well, I have to tell you, every time I'm editing
I would
something,
die.
because basically my job is to make like teasers for the videos. So I have to like clip up the best parts, but it's very subjective as to what I think the best parts are. So as soon as I clip something up, I'm going, okay, is this something everybody would like, or is this something that is solely coming from what I like, and is this calling me out in what I like sexually?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You signed up for it when you took this job.
And I'm just like, oh, how do I make this as neutral as possible, but also fun, but also like I'm doing a good job?
You're like, interesting. She chose the part where he's also touching his leg. Like, is
Interesting, the eye contact part. Interesting when he spit in her mouth. Okay, so Veronica likes spitting in mouth. Anyways, it's all very, stripping me naked, but I have a podcast to do that as well. So if you didn't already know everything about my life, you could check out my edits and see what I like sexually.
And from what we already were on this podcast, we're already always naked. So, guys,
It's all around the same fucking thing. I have a question for you though.
oh God.
Well, leave if you don't want to.
Well, I'm scared.
Go. The door's there. There's a couple of doors, but you can get through them. What do you think about like watching porn if you're in a
Yes.
relationship?
I think it's hot for sure.
Well, like if the other person is watching porn without you, what's your judgment on like if it's okay in a relationship?
I'll talk about me. Like, I've definitely been in a relationship and watched porn on my own. So I don't really care. I think it's fun to watch together. I think it makes it more like kinky and stuff. And you could also like see what someone else's fantasy is and what they like. So, I don't care
At all?
No.
He could be watching porn every day. You're not
I don't care.
worried?
No.
Okay, chill, girlfriend.
Why?
I mean, I don't care either, but like,
I think we discussed in this past, if it's like OnlyFans and he's subscribed to a girl, but like to go and watch, I would just want to go through his history and see what he's into. Is it threesomes? Is he into MILFs? Like, I just want to know what category we're working with.
yeah.
And then I'll
how I
choose
could
if I'm
fulfill.
like bitter.
Yeah, I think I spoke about this, how I was, not the categories, but I mean, I think it depends for me, especially like living with my boyfriend. I think if like he was like not like, I think there's certain limits. So like, I think if you're like leaving to go watch porn and jerk off by yourself and I'm here, like, whoa. But like, if I'm not here,
Use me.
yeah, use me. I'm here for a reason. But like, I just think if it's coming to the point where like you're not giving me attention, like that's weird. But like if I'm not there, and especially you guys are not living together, like it's a different story. You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with it, but I can see how some people like don't like it, and it's like,
I think it's different between like having sex and like watching, and then having like your alone time.
I'm like so cool, and then I'm also like close your eyes when there's another woman in the room.
Absolutely.
And who are you looking at? She better be uglier than me.
But guys, getting into today's topic, we want to talk about sexting,
Hookup etiquette.
Yes.
Which a lot of people like, I'm gonna be honest.
oh my God, we were just talking about this before and we're like, oh God, the amount of stories we have.
I mean, I'm a little rusty because I've been out of the game for a year. First of all, what's your vibe on sexting? Is it like yes or no?
Okay, so here's my thing about sexting. I think it could be fun. You're talking to somebody new, yes, but like if you think a girl is down to do it every single day, please stop right now. We have to be in the mood, in the vibe. These are my 3 things. Don't send your dick, because I don't want a picture of your dick just because we're sexting.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like once.
I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to see your dick on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I know what you mean.
I want to sex, but I don't want your dick.
I agree. I know what you mean to a certain extent.
You know what I mean?
Like I think a dick pic every once in a while is like fun and fresh.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're just sending, first of all, you get a maximum of 1 dick pic per conversation. Max, like go max, like maybe 1 for 2 conversations. So if you send me multiple dick pics throughout the sexting, I know what your dick looks like. It hasn't moved. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, literally.
You get 1. Like that's it.
But I also hate guys who are very like pushy and sending pics. Like if I decide to send like 1 pic and it's like you're never gonna know for sure it's me because I'm always a detective. I'm like, is my name necklace showing it's me? No, perfect. Is there anything that symbolizes why it can only be Alessia? Because we're gonna change that. So I think that's also like if you're talking to somebody you don't know or don't trust, don't go showing your tattoo and your name necklace. Just be careful of those things. You always want to be able to say it wasn't me.
Yeah. I always had the rule, and I've said it before, is don't ever send something that you don't want to be leaked. So all my nudes are hot and beautiful.
We need to make a top that says always send a nude like you're ready to get famous.
I agree. Because first of all, if you're just talking to a guy, like I never really send like a puss out spread equal.
I actually never in my life sent a pussy pic. Yeah. It's always like sexy pictures with lingerie or like a little bit of cleavage. Like you always want to keep that.
A little bit of cleavage. I'm going topless.
You always want to keep a little bit of mysteriousness, but you don't want to overdo it where they almost feel like, I don't know. I like to be like mysterious, I guess.
I think pictures are sexy when they are mysterious. And I also think like if you're just speaking to somebody and you don't know them but you don't know them that well, like don't trust everybody so soon. Like that's why when I usually like send pictures, if I would, it would be like something a little bit like sexier and like you're saying a little more mysterious until like, let's say we're dating, we're in a relationship, like I have no problem sending something like a little more risque or whatever. It's like we're in a relationship, like I would send that to my boyfriend, but when I'm just like talking to somebody, like I would never send something that's too graphic or too crazy because you don't really know that person. You don't know what's gonna happen. So
I feel like guys are down to sext a lot more. I don't know if it's just me, but like most of the time us girls, either we're in the mood or we're not. But if we're not, Veronica, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're acting like we're sexting, but what are we doing?
It's literally we're chilling with friends and we're going, wow, babe, yes, I'm super wet.
No. Anyways, we're eating a bagel. We're eating food and we're literally saying, yeah, I'm touching myself right now. And
I'm watching Netflix and I'm saying, yeah, babe, super good. No. Wow, huge dick.
Yeah, like it's fake.
It's fake. Also, if you're
and then when you ask for a picture, we're pulling one out from the camera roll from 1980s because we're fucking lazy. We're eating.
Yeah, I don't have time. That's one thing. Like guys who want a lot of pictures, like I don't have time to be doing a photo shoot every day. Yeah. Like I get it. You just pull your dick out and you snap a pic, but I need to get my angles. I need to, like you can't just expect that I'm ready for a photo shoot at all times. So be a little bit less, like I used to talk to this guy and he used literally sext me while I was at work. And I'm like, bro, I get it. Like, it's cute, it's sexy, but like,
I know.
Like, I have shit to do.
No,
I
agree.
Like, I have shit to do.
Guys, sexting is so much work because you always want to be original, especially if you're doing it for multiple days. You always want to say something a little more risque. You want to, but at some point, it's like, yeah, your cock's so big. Like, you get to a point where you're just like, I'm at work. Juicy. I have things to do. Like, I don't even get, but babe, I'm beating my meat. It's
and you need to answer fast too. Yeah, like, because you don't get that 2 minutes to answer. No. And it's like back and forth. You need to be ready with responses. Like,
I don't have that kind of energy in my life right now.
It's very heavy.
I actually rather fuck a random dude than to be sexting somebody. Like, I just easy, open your legs and stuff.
It's just
sexting is energy, like,
and it's like
I don't actually mean that, but you know what I mean.
You know what it is though? It's that when you're faking it, it's so much more energy than if it's like authentic. Like when it's authentic, you guys are both there in the bed, you're both steamy, you both have the ideas. When you're faking it, it's like every 2 seconds you have to go, okay. Let me just what would I write? Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so turned on for you. Yeah. You don't like
I know.
I just think there's a time and a place. My nose is blocked. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, I just think there's a time and a place, but also I do think it's like still hot.
But girls, they're like, what are you doing right now? And then I feel like even as girls, we're not going to be like, we're eating a bagel. We're going to be like, we're just in bed. Thank you. So like we ask for it also.
But however, that being said, I do think that it is like actually hot to sext.
For sure.
Like I think
Keeps
that
it spicy.
I think like I actually like that part of the relationship where it's like there's so much what's the word?
Build up,
like tension, like you're making that tension. I think that's sexy. Like I've had people who didn't at all like to sex or like to send pics and I was kind of like, okay, well, kind of boring. Like even a little bit. Like I think it's nice to just be like, babe, like you look so hot. Like it doesn't have to be a full blown 2-hour conversation.
I had a guy who would nonstop every day want to do that, and I was like, I don't have energy for you. Like I actually, and also when you do it every day, the meaning of it is not as strong. You're not as excited, you know?
Yeah. I think
So-
like a healthy amount is like fun and spicy. I also think when you're actually dating somebody, like you kind of lose that a lot. But I think it's fun to like every now and again be like,
Yeah.
here's a pic of me, you know,
Yeah.
like I try to do that every now and again because it's like fun and
Yeah.
it like keeps it like exciting.
Spicy.
But don't overdo it. Like, and also, okay, I cannot stand when somebody talks all this game on text, like, you know, they start asking what you like,
my
and it's
God.
like, oh baby,
I'm
yeah, gonna throw you against the wall and throw a hammer at you, and I'm gonna shove that stick up your pussy so hard, and then you get there and they're literally Caillou going,
They're prudes.
Like-
It's always the guys who over promise and under deliver. The men who say you're gonna see in person is the ones who
you should be scared of.
you should be scared of. The ones who say they're gonna throw rocks at you and pound that pussy.
Babe, you're not gonna be able to walk for 3 days. You get there, he lasts 2 seconds. You're like, okay, I see.
Perfect. You came after 5 seconds.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with talking the talk, but you have to walk the walk.
You absolutely. If you told her that you're gonna throw rocks at her and that already got her wet,
You better come with the marbles.
come with the bricks.
You know, like I think, like we said, sexting is made to build tension. Don't start explaining.
Build tension when she's knocked out.
But like, it's the people who start explaining every single thing they're gonna do, and then you get there, you say, "Well, bring out the script," because clearly you already mapped it out for us.
Oh my
And if you don't
God.
deliver exactly what you said you were gonna
Yeah.
do, then I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
So maybe leave out some details.
Yes.
And it's so true. Like literally, the craziest, let's say, people that I've ever been with, sexting was like, that's
Yeah.
like very.
Or when
the
they
people
say,
who try to
wait till
over.
I bring my big cock, they have literally the smallest dick you'll ever see.
The world is opening up again. We have concerts, the Olympics, literally every sporting event ever. Guys, I'm looking at you. So you need to get ready for that.
You do.
You need to get ready. And I'm talking head to toe. And by head to toe, I mean you need to shave your bush.
Yes, you want a girlfriend? You shave your bush. You want your dick to be bigger? You shave your bush.
You know? So Manscaped just came out with the Performance Package 4.0, which has the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the 4th generation ball razor, and you can't go wrong with the 4th generation.
No, guys. And it's waterproof. You could bring that shit in the shower.
Exactly. You got the weed whacker, nose and ears. You want to be able to smell, you want to be able to hear.
Yes.
So get that. Ball deodorant, we got ball preserver. Everything you need for a hot boy summer. So
Guys, use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order. If you just want to get the weed whacker, if you want to get the lawnmower, if you want to get the whole kit, they sell everything, and you also receive free shipping. So that's 20% off using our discount code ChemicalX at checkout and free shipping.
So go check them out now at manscaped.com.
Guys, neon signs are a vibe, and we are working with Neonific, who sells custom signs and already made signs. So if you're like us and you want to spice up your world, then you need a neon sign. Would we agree?
Absolutely agree. So go check them out, neonific.ca. You can get whatever you want, literally get anything you want in any color, any size. You can customize it as you wish. And you get 10% off plus free shipping if you use our discount code ChemicalX. So go to neonific.ca if you like to have fun.
And you want to be lit.
Yeah, like, let's not mention size. Like, I just want to say, me and Alessia were talking about this. Girls don't say, my big juicy titties are waiting for you. Like, we don't mention the size, okay? You don't need to say how huge your dick is. Like, it's fine. A dick
I
is
mean,
a
you
dick.
could say it once, but like, don't be too.
Don't be like, my honker is ready for
Yeah.
you. Wait till you see this bazooka.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
girls
Well,
are
now I'm
more
scared.
like, you know, we
Yeah,
we
be
want to.
mysterious.
Yeah.
I like the mystery. I like
Yeah.
the tension. I like when
Like,
you
it's
hint.
fun to know, like, oh my God, like, all your friends are like, you're hooking up with him tomorrow. Like, oh my God, is he going to have a big cock or is he going to have a small one? But if you already sent a pic, like, it's like, not only is your cock in the group chat, but like, nobody's excited to hear Veronica's story, how she just got railed.
my God, that was a really offensive sentence. Well,
sorry.
also, if you, like I said, if you're saying my bazooka is ready for you and then you come with an average,
Yeah.
you just, whereas maybe I would have been impressed and like so excited, you just made me disappointed because now
It's like-
you promised me gold. Like you can't overpromise, so just be careful with that.
Yeah.
The sexiest thing is mystery.
Yes.
And if you find out that a girl likes something, like for example, when a girl likes rough sex or likes a particular thing, you don't need to shove it down her throat that you're gonna do that to her. Like I just find, especially
Because she's gonna be more shocked and like, oh my God, like he knows what I like, and like because there's nothing better than having sex with somebody and you almost think it's not gonna be good, and then suddenly they're surprising you.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes sex even better.
Yeah.
So
And I think like, you know,
I think sexting is fun because you get to know what each other likes.
Yeah.
And you're not exactly going into the bedroom like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a girl who's very like I don't like girls or guys who have rule books in the bedroom. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. But I mean, just to close the sexting topic, I think like just keep like I think sexting is the time to kind of figure out what the person likes, but don't start saying what you're gonna do and don't start trying to show off on text.
Yeah.
You have like real life to really impress the person that you're with. So even as a girl, don't start saying I'm gonna do a backflip and land on your dick and wait till I deep throat and you're choking on the tip. Like calm down there, you know? Like just keep it mysterious. And I think that's what sexy pun. I think that's what's sexy. And if you send a dick pic, never from the bottom. That's all.
Oh my God.
One of these.
I
And
can't.
you have their chin.
Yeah.
No.
Literally.
Or have you ever seen dick pics where they put an object beside
To show, you know,
to show the size?
the size. Like
It's like, babe, put the Esca bottle away, okay? Put the Esca bottle down. I can't look at Esca again the same way, so just put it down.
So rule books. Guys, when you're fucking when you guys are getting together and it's that first time, I don't know if it's me, but I don't like a guy who's very like, I'm not gonna eat you out because like you're not my girlfriend. Like I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna make out with you. I'm not like, as a girl or guy, to me it's the most unattractive thing. I actually don't want to have sex with you anymore. Like I feel like sex is supposed to be like a safe place and it's supposed to be so like fun. I first of all don't like rules. So like if you're gonna be that guy who says you just sucked my dick, like we're not making out, like bye.
Yeah.
Like shut up.
And honestly, I know that a lot of our things are pointed towards men, but it's only because we're women and we hook up with men.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee, like, we're complaining about guys who have rule books, but I feel like girls are even more likely to have a rule book and be like, don't take off my top, don't do this, close the lights, da-da-da. I just think, look, if you're gonna have sex, guys, don't, like, it's a turn off when you have to start bringing out your checklist.
But you know what it is? It's when you're having sex and you're a girl who's insecure, you shouldn't be insecure during a time when somebody's horny, because they're literally looking at you like so hot. They're not seeing the imperfections that you see that you might be insecure about. They're literally so horny. You're a 10, like regardless.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just like a buzzkill. Like when guys say, sorry, I don't eat pussy, like,
Okay.
ew, like what, I'm supposed to be turned on now? Even if I didn't want it or I don't like it, it's just the fact that you're going out of your way to let me know that you don't eat girls' pussy. That, guys, it's not something to boast about. Like, we suck every dick.
No offense, like in this world we do a lot of things we don't like. So fucking
suck it up.
Suck it up.
Lick it up.
I was just gonna say that.
Well, you said it. I said it first. I just think it's unattractive, especially when you're talking about that, like before, like my dick is so
like,
big, or like this and that.
Your girlfriend or whatever, like shut up.
I just think, I don't know where that ever came. Like, I love how people are like, I just feel like eating out is more intimate than a blowjob. I'm like, really? You have to fucking choke on rotten cottage cheese? Cottage cheese. Like, please. Move your little tongue, give a little love, and
even if you don't love it, do it for a bit. So, because I feel like, wait, which rapper is it that says like I don't eat out, this and that?
Well, I just feel like,
I think it's French. No, is it?
If there's anything more uncomfortable, it's giving a blowjob. Like, what, you guys have to choke and not breathe?
Literally,
I don't
you
think
guys
so.
Get the easier task.
The easiest job.
You get the easier task, and you're still complaining.
It's and
men, babies.
like you literally have the easiest job. We're not even expecting much. It's just the fact that you're already canceling out because we're not dating, and apparently it's more intimate than a blowjob. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's rude, and that's a turnoff.
And also, like, maybe we'll do another episode on like how to eat out a pussy, because I feel like guys sometimes they think it's a fucking beatbox and it's not. Do we agree? Like, I don't know. I just feel like chill. Anyway,
Take your time. Take your time. But saying no to like pleasure, someone else's pleasure, is never sexy.
never.
That sounds okay.
It's not. It's not. Even if you don't like it, suck it up. And I'm telling you, like, eventually you'll learn to just cope with it, or you'll learn to like it. Normally people don't like doing something because they're not good at it. If you get good at it, I promise you, and you know it's pleasing your man, you're gonna start to like it. For all the guys who say I don't eat out pussy, it's probably because you suck.
Yeah, suck dick. I mean, I just think like if somebody like, I just think it's just so rude to say I don't eat pussy, but then expect,
suck my dick.
Yeah, but then expect something in return.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, first of all, this isn't 1 for 1, but if you're not willing to please me in this, like, why am I like, that's the thing that's funny. Hookups, men think I'm gonna come and I'm good to go, but it's like the girl's always there going, yeah, I had a great time.
Maybe this is like stereotyping a little bit, but why do I feel like it's really focused on like the guy coming? Is it because like women want to please men? Or I don't feel like it's okay, there's definitely men who say like I want you to come,
Yeah.
and it's very attractive, and it's like it should be both people should be like coming, but why do I feel like it's always more catered to men, and like if they come, it's like,
done. Absolutely. I also think like, and don't get me wrong, there is so many people out there that care about women's pleasure
Yeah.
and such, but it's just in general, if you're looking at the large scope of things, people see like, oh yeah, I make my girl come every time or something like that. They see that as almost like a
if
flex.
you always say that, if you always say I make my girl come all the time, chances are you probably don't even make her do it once. Like, shut up.
But it's just like, if you're boasting about that you make girls come, it's like, okay, congratulations on doing the bare minimum. Like, the fact that you have to boast that you can do that is just like, well, yeah, I get it. Not many people do, but it shouldn't be an achievement. Like, every guy comes every fucking time, and you know, we're not out here bragging.
And I'm just gonna speak for myself, but I think that every time I come, it's because it has to do with me. If I'm not mentally like trying to come,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come because you're eating me out, right? No,
Yeah.
I have to actually be like, I'm doing 80% of the work, sir. Just keep licking. Like,
It's all me. Anyways, I just think there's a huge like difference. Like, you never see, it's so rare that you would hook up with somebody and they would be like, oh, you came, babe? Perfect. Don't worry about me. Like, men are always like, I'll still sweep myself in there. But as a girl, like, it's very often that, you know, you're swept under the rug. Like, okay, babe, next time I'll do you. You're like, oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
So what was our tip there for a rule book? What was it again?
Don't be annoying in the bedroom. Don't have rules.
Don't have too many rules. Like, obviously you can have your limits and you can have your likes and your dislikes, but if you come in saying like, don't kiss me after a blowjob, don't this, don't that, and you're so picky about it, it's like, I feel so nervous and uncomfortable. I think sex is like the one place everything should be like kind of like fun and dirty.
Yeah, the only exception I will say is like, you can be a girl that says like, we're wearing a condom.
Well, first of all, back like right on topic of hookup etiquette, if you're a guy or girl that makes somebody feel like uncomfortable
because they want to wear a condom, I promise you she's not getting wet. Because like, don't ever make somebody feel bad for not for wanting to do something that we all probably should.
I mean, it's just, and people think they're not making you feel bad, but I promise you, saying, really?
Like,
you
do
want
we have to?
Okay, I mean, I have one somewhere. Let me check. Like, do you think that makes me feel comfortable? Now I feel like I have a gun to your head saying let's wear a condom, and it's like, don't, you just ruin the moment.
That's normally like when you first meet somebody, you don't know where they've been, and you don't want to pull the whole give me your paper, I'll show you mine, like this whole thing. So just wear a fucking condom, shut the fuck up, you're lucky you're getting laid. Like,
yeah, I think it's so much sexier. Like, listen up, it is so much sexier if you're about to hook up with somebody and their automatic is like, let me just grab the condom, and you don't even have to say the words, because nobody wants to feel in that position, and you know, chances are it's the guy who has to take care of that. So You know, but it could be you too. Like I've had condoms on me too and I've pulled them out, but it's just like, it's so sexy when you're in a position where you're about to hook up with somebody and they're like, okay, let's put on the condom. And you don't have to be put in that awkward, sorry to ruin the moment, but can you like,
I mean,
it
if
just
you guys
ruins
choose
everything.
to not wear one, that's fine also. It's just if one party wants it, like don't make the other be like, yeah, no problem, or oh, it's fine, I brought one. Like, don't make it be a thing.
I just think people think that they don't make it a thing, but really, like, I can see right
Men
through you.
especially.
Yeah, like you guys think you're so, oh, well, I didn't pressure you not to wear one, but it's like, yeah, you just complained about it the entire time. Or even when you use a condom, they're like, yeah, I know, would have felt better if we didn't. It's like, okay, well, like, what the fuck, you know? People love to say like, oh, well, you're on birth control. I'm like, thanks. That is like, I don't know you. I don't know where you've been.
Have you ever taken a sex ed class? Like what does birth control have to do with every other thing that could be caught in the meantime? Like,
absolutely. What? Guys, safe sex. And I'm the first person that I'm so shy when it comes to these things. And you shouldn't be. But I've been in a lot of situations where people made me feel like shit.
Even, and even my friends, I feel like she's like, yeah, well, they never mentioned it. Or if they don't mention it, you don't say anything, like they're not at fault. But if you say something and then they say like, no, like I'm not into that. Or a lot of men will be like, I don't do that. Like, I actually, like, I don't.
Sorry. You don't? I don't have one. It's like, well, go get one.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Sorry. I just think it's so unsexy when somebody like, how do you want me to be turned on now?
Yeah.
That you made me feel awkward.
Yeah.
Like, and now you're so pissed that you have to bang hot ass me with a condom. You should be taking this with anything. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe put that shit on.
Exactly.
Guys, rule, hookup, foreplay is literally mandatory.
Yes.
Mandatory.
I need foreplay or I actually can't come.
But it's just like, guys, they get a boner and they think ready to go.
Let me just stick it in.
Yeah, it's like, hey. Or like something that when guys are like, yeah, she was so tight, I could barely get it. And I'm like, hey, buddy, just let you know, she was probably dry as fuck because she wasn't turned on. So that's not a flex. Like when people say that, I'm like, hey, if she was like really into you, you probably would have been able to get it in. So
I'm crying.
Tell me you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like when I hear people say that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Sweetie, warm it up a little.
I think
it's just, how can I provide, like, how can I give you something good and fun if I'm not having a fun time?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not fully enjoying it, like wouldn't you, the more I enjoy it, the more you're going to enjoy it. So it's a win-win. So you guys better rethink your game plan. Like I hated that. So I was dating this guy before that literally we would be like kissing and then he would just get up, take all his clothes off, strip naked, and then wait for me to take off my clothes. But like, guys, lights on, everything. No. Like I'm going, what is this? The doctor's office?
No.
I don't even get undressed this fast at the doctor's office.
No.
Like I was like, whoa.
There's literally nothing sexy about that. Because then you're literally two noodles sitting next to each other.
You're two noodles,
dry
naked,
noodles.
Dry, and you have to what? And then he's ready to put it in. Whoa, back the fuck up.
Yeah, like help me take off my clothes.
Yeah. Like slip a nip out and first, also, like not everything at once.
And also I feel like for me to get super turned on, this is just me, but like foreplay is so important and I like a lot of teasing,
like slow. But I think it's like like girls in general, like we need that like attention. Like a guy can get hard and technically be ready to go, but
girls,
it's like
more emotional. We need to be like, it's sensual for girls.
Sensual.
Yeah.
And I was like seeing this guy, like we were dating, and like at a point I literally told him, I was like, look, like chill. Yeah. Like you literally just, we're and guys, I'm not talking like we were hooking up, like we were making out. We went from making out to naked on the bed. No. It was not like, like the foreplay was while we were having sex. It was crazy. It was so not sexy. And I was just like, whoa, back up.
Did he fix it once you told him?
I would just like tell him, and like he would just try to get undressed, and I had to jump in and stop him from getting undressed. Because I'm like, hold the phone. Because then also I would stop. I would be like, wait, but he's already a naked noodle beside me, and nobody wants a naked noodle humping your leg. Like, no. We need to do this as a team here. Like one top me, one top you. Like pants off you. Like,
oh my God,
we need to be in sync. It can't be naked boy and
guys,
me.
And I'll also say, like, if there's an insecurity of yours and you're trying to like keep on an item, like, just, I promise you he's not looking at it. Take off your socks. Take it off. Take off your clothes. Like, take off your top.
Take off your socks.
Don't, I mean, it's hot when you're like, it's hot sometimes. Yeah, like you can have sex, keep your thong on, like do fun shit like that. But I'm just saying, like, all the time, like if you're insecure about that one thing and you're not taking it off, like no. You're actually putting more focus on it.
You're actually drawing, and I get it. People are like, yeah, but I really can't. Listen to me,
Yeah.
okay? If you're
He's
fucking...
not staring at your toenail that's bigger than your fucking pinky. Like,
if you're...
I mean, that's normal. Your toenail should be bigger than your pinky.
Yeah.
I tried.
You know what? That actually slipped right by me. But if you're like fucking with a top on every time, chances are by the time he has to convince you or her, because I've seen guys do this too, by the time you get that top off, they're gonna be looking a little harder now. Like, what's wrong under there? Like, why are you so insecure? And it's not even to say, it's just like when you make it such a big deal that you're uncomfortable, like, how am I supposed to feel comfortable?
Look, if you're like insecure about your boobs and like you are like, your thing is like you want to get a boob job because you want big boobs and you don't feel like a woman in small boobs, still take off. No. Like, still take off your bra and like fucking rock no boobs and like show them that like no tits is the best. Like, you have to work with it. He's only gonna feel weirded out if you're weird about it. If you show that you're the hottest girl with small tits, I promise you, he's not looking.
He's gonna be like, small tits is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think like people who are so, especially guys who don't take their socks off or don't take their top off, it's like, why is there rules?
Yeah.
Like, why is there a border?
Yeah.
Like, help.
I agree.
You know? And there's nothing weirder than fucking with socks on.
I will say though, when I am hooking up with somebody for the first time, I kind of do like dim lights. I don't like yellow light, like bazooka, like we're going at it, like we are having sex right now.
Like, oh, you have a mole in the inside of your
No.
anus?
Like,
okay.
literally.
I mean,
especially
sex
when
anytime. I'm not a big fan of like daylight, but actually I have to say the first time I slept with my boyfriend, it was in sunlight. Like the worst kind of lighting. Like, I really said, take me for as I am.
Men love light because they like to see everything, you know? And women were normally a little more like,
in the shadows.
We're going to look sexier with a little dim light. Fact is, they want to see it all. And we're like, wait, we feel sexier when you can't see my mascara leaking from the night before.
Well, also like a pitch black sex is not fun either.
No.
Because it's very like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what am I touching? Where am I licking? Like, come on.
I've actually had a guy once who did it and he was like, does that feel good? And I'm like, you're not even, like, I'm not going to, like, attack you right now because the lights are closed, but, like, get your shit together. Like, you're not even touching my clit, so.
That's my leg, so.
Absolutely.
They always think the crease in between your leg and your pussy
or, like, they're trying
pussy.
to put their dick in, but they're not even where my vagina is. And, like, we're not about to do anal, so why are you in that hole? Like, no.
I can't.
Tell me, you know what I mean? They think they see another hole, they go, it must be that.
Must be that.
Or they're fucking with me. I don't know what it is, but it's not happening.
Not today, baby. But, yeah, I like a little nice dim. Like, also, don't be an asshole and, like, no, we're gonna have the lights on.
Yeah, like bam!
Like... Yeah, you know, like that's always about like you know at the football field when it goes like that's how I feel. Like
I'm like, oh brother, this is gonna be rusty.
Anyways, guys, lighting
and
matters.
Already when you're first hooking up with somebody, there's a lot of things that could go a little bit wrong because you're still getting to know each other. You're learning someone.
Sex is so awkward.
You know what I mean? Like it's not always the first time. Like.
It's actually
straight
never
out of a movie, you know? You're learning and adapting. So there's already so many things that could go wrong. Please, like the other things they're in your control.
We can chat about them later.
Yeah.
Like don't start putting me a menu to do at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Okay, so there's two. I actually don't really like have a set opinion on this, but like I feel like a sex playlist is nice. You know, like it's nice, especially like the first times when you don't really know somebody, you want to get in the mood.
But I mean, like you could say to the weekend to one girl and they're like, yes, during sex, and then you hit the wrong chick and she's like, my ex-boyfriend had that song. We can't play the weekend. It reminds me of him. Turn it off.
But also like there's been times I think I'm slick, I put on my playlist and then suddenly I have fucking Beyonce Single Ladies happening on the radio and it's actually
more to have sex and still skip the song at the same time.
It's very like, yeah, feels amazing, babe. Hold on, just can't find the right song right now. You know, like if you're gonna have a playlist, make sure you got the right one going there because nobody wants Blink 182 coming on the radio when you're about to come.
Bad one though. There's a lot of other songs that could have been Where's Veronica.
come on, Blink-182, not really my kind of sex music, but definitely like a bad playlist can ruin the whole vibe.
Absolutely. Because
But
then you'll start laughing. And how do you have sex after you're laughing?
I've absolutely been the one like putting.
I mean,
my
you could
phone...
get out of laughing and then, but there was a time where I was laughing so much we could not continue sex. Like it
What
was
were you
just so
laughing at?
funny. I can't remember now.
Well, couldn't have been that funny. Well, fuck, seriously, you laughed enough to cancel the sex.
Actually, I think it was something in the role play that was said that was just too wrong. It just. I think that's what it was.
There's something about role play fuck ups.
I think it was like something that like a family member of mine says that like they knew, and then it just seemed weird, and then we just were like, okay, no, I can't.
You know what kills me? It's like when you're like sex dirty talking.
Veronica, when you're what?
When you're
I want you to
what?
be able to express how you feel.
I'll let you know.
Do you need a lifeline?
Ask the audience. So my favorite thing is my favorite thing. Whoa.
Yeah, like okay, guys, Veronica's
Did you love
giving
it
her
so
tips
much?
today, and then we'll end the podcast real quick.
Like the funniest thing is when you're like dirty talking and you're so confident, but then you say like, I can't wait to put my dick in you, and then you're like, wait,
Yeah.
I can't wait till you put your dick. I mean, you know what I mean. Anyways, and sometimes you try to just skip by and keep going, like they're not gonna realize
But
you just said you had a
sometimes
dick.
there's no going back.
Oh, it's too funny.
Oh
It's
my
too
God.
funny.
What about like being in a car? Have you ever had sex in a car?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm actually like, I like car sex.
I lost my virginity in a car.
Very movie of you.
Oh God.
But like it's very like, where are we? And like I'm also uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, are we in the Carrefour Laval parking lot and it's 5 p.m. prime time, and it's very like.
But you know that having sex in a car is illegal and you could get a fine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. It's public indecency.
Everybody does that. So I actually gave a blowjob once to somebody who was driving.
Me too.
And it was very dangerous.
I always had this saying that like, if it's so stupid. I always had this saying when I was like a kid. Not when I was a kid, when I was younger. That like, if you're giving roadhead and like you get into a car accident, he's coming while he's going.
You're so
My boyfriend gave a little snicker. I'm not a big fan of roadhead though. It's very like, watch the road.
No, it's just you do it once to say I'm a cool chick.
I'm so crazy.
I'm so crazy. I have some crazy experiences. Where's the craziest place you had sex?
Absolutely. This is like from 18 to 21 years old. That's when you start doing shit like
That's
that.
actually in the time frame of when it happened.
Absolutely. That's when I started doing. I used to have a sex bucket list. You don't see me having that now. Babe, get in the bed. Let's go. Like, I don't have time for these throw me over a balcony.
Now, not only do you
and
have
throw
a
the
bucket
rope.
list, you don't have sex on the list. Your bucket list is work. Ew.
Yeah, ew. The fuck? But also, like, if you're giving roadhead 3 years into the relationship, there's something off there.
Yeah.
There's something off. Either you really loves roadhead, or like, why are you still trying to prove yourself? Because nobody really likes roadhead. Like, are you having a good time if you're trying to look which street to turn on? Like, you know what I mean? Just park the car. Just park the car. There is no need to add extra obstacles within this. Like, I already can't breathe. Let's just
You know what I
pull
always
over.
think of? I'm like, oh my God, like it's crazy how like I could be driving and by myself and like sneeze. And like I could die just because like it was out of my control. Like I had to sneeze, my eyes had to close, and then I got in a car accident. So it's kind of like the same thing, you know? Like this is something you can actually you could control.
I think every time I sneeze in the car, I think I'm going to risk my life because sneezing is great. I'm not missing a sneeze because I'm driving.
Like, you don't see any cops stopping somebody because they sneezed when that's more fucking harmful than, you know, at least when you're checking your phone, your eyes are open.
It's just like, what do you do when you sneeze? I say, God, take the wheel. I say, I'm sneezing and
Jesus, take the wheel. Wow, I'm never going to be a singer.
please don't ever sing again, actually.
Crazy.
But hooking up, like, for the first time is, like, very rarely actually fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, like, if we're hooking up and, like, especially, I find this is, like, really often when you're, like, at, like somebody who lives with their parents or like has roommates or something, and you're like in the bed and they don't offer you water, they don't offer you a fucking wet one or a Kleenex.
Like,
or
guys,
it's like,
if you want a really good blowjob, then have a water bottle ready for your girl who's gonna go down there for 30 minutes on the fucking Sahara Desert. Like, okay?
it's just like, don't make me have to ask now for like anything, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I just did my work. Like, at least give me some love. Like, I also hate guys who make it very clear after sex that it was just sex,
Like,
and they're on the other side of the bed on their phone. It's like
shut up.
give me a cuddle. We're not married because you put your arm around me.
I mean, I don't need a cuddle, but like, you don't have to be calling the Uber and like getting rid of me so quick.
I mean, I like a cuddle. Like, I'm not. It's not even to be sentimental. It's just like if we just had sex, like we were just your dick was down my throat. Like you could give me a hug.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we don't have to act. Sorry.
Okay.
We don't have to act like strangers. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like when somebody is so
Yeah.
adamant about
It's so
proving
true.
that we're nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's normally the ones who give you a cuddle after that end up hurting you anyways. Because you're like, wow, they cuddled with me. They want a relationship. No, they don't. They don't, actually. It's the one who somehow didn't cuddle with you who's probably going to want to date you. Like, it's fucked up. But I remember with my ex-boyfriend, it was very like, it was really a build-up. And I thought it would be super like rough because that's how we were talking. And then like we made love. And I was like, interesting how sometimes you could both be like, dirge. And then it's like, meow.
That's why don't talk your big game if you're not going to perform on the day of. It's better to not have expectations.
Exactly.
Keep it mysterious.
Yeah.
And you can't
Guys,
go wrong.
Yeah. Also, guys, we're going to South Carolina. We told you about it in the past. It's happening. It's coming up on Wednesday. There's going to be about 8,000 people in the audience. It's a lot of people. That's more people than who watch our podcast. So
Yep.
it's a bigger show for sure. And the one time we thought, you know, we can use our names, we can't.
So,
What's your name?
Stella.
Mine's Sierra, guys. So the one time we thought, you know, we can grow our following while being there because connections, suddenly we have to change our name for security reasons. So
Yeah.
if you find us here, then this was all for
Welcome.
nothing.
Anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening. Can't wait to see you next week, and safe sex. Safe sex.
Yes, guys, if you are watching this and you think that the guy you're talking to needs to hear some of this shit, you know, sometimes when you tell them, they feel pointed out. But if you say these two hot girls have a podcast and, you know, they talk about all these things, then share it with your friends, guys. Post a story. If you watch and you listen, help some sisters out.
Yep. And also, if you're a guy and you're listening, do not invite a girl over if you have one pillow and no bed sheets. That's all. I save my best joke for the end.